It's Sat-E Day, and it's Sat-E time, and I'm Sat-E Niangi, and welcome to WrestleTalk News. Tomorrow is AEW's All In London at Wembley Stadium, and in the lead to AEW's and wrestling's biggest show ever, AEW have had their fair share of trouble. Many matches have to be scrapped, replaced, and changed due to injuries or other circumstances. And it's now been revealed that another match that was discussed for the show now won't be happening. Fightful Select is reporting that there was a discussion of having a match of Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Satnam Singh versus the Hardys and Captain Insano, a character Paul White has been teasing he'd wrestle as for quite a while now. However, Jeff Hardy can't get into the UK due to his past legal issues, and Fightful reports that Satnam Singh may have also had complications too. Whether this would still happen at something like All Out or another show down the line, who knows? But Paul White is in fact in London, as he was doing media yesterday, and Tempest got to speak to him. Isn't that right, Tempest? Well, indeed. So we just have to keep waiting for Captain Insano to wrestle. I'm sure it'll be worth the wait. Bobby Boucher's still your biggest fan. Captain Insano. While TK has been attempting to book all around these issues, what would happen if TK himself was suddenly unavailable to book a show? Well, he now told us, and curiously, it's not any of the EVPs. Speaking to a Hollywood Reporter, TK said he hasn't been around as much lately because he's been recovering from an injury. But if I got hit by a bus, or if I was ever incapacitated for some reason, the person I told my father that he should turn to is Bryan Danielson. It's been reported for a while now that Danielson has been helping out behind the scenes in a creative role. And it seems that TK has taken a liking to that side of him. Danielson has reportedly been assisting, in particular with the Collision side of programming, which seems to have gone pretty well so far. So maybe once he officially and finally hangs up his boots forever, he can move into the role on a more permanent and official basis. To wrap up today's AEW news, there was at one time potentially some heat on AEW's Jack Perry. On RJCT's HeyEW show, Perry revealed that the one time he called Christian Cage the biggest pussy he's ever seen during their lengthy feud made people in the back tell him, don't ever say that again. He then had merch made with that word on it, which Perry then said AEW also weren't happy about it. I made a shirt with that word on it. Never wear this again, or else we're gonna do this and this. You smell that? Smells like a work to me, brother. And now, a special message from Turbo Jake.
I'm 80s wrestler Turbo Jake, and hey, you there, did you know that you can get your own Patreon shout out by joining us at patreon.com/WrestleTalk? That's right, it's time for Turbo Jake to say thank you to our wonderful Pledgehammers, like $100 Man, CD Horvath. This is really hard to read through this hair. There is so much of it. Double L, Liam Leonard, Heaven Argy Bargy, Margie Bargy, The Met Man, Matthew Allen, Abominable, Michael Abbott, Super Kick, Nick Mizesko, Ryan, Disco Stewart. I can't read again. My hair's moved. Thomas, the prize hooker, Solizano. Where there's a Will Campbell, and Champion Zero Fear. Zero Fear. Hitman Soul. Get your own shout out by visiting us at patreon.com/WrestleTalk today. Link is in the description.
This is Rampage, baby. Bum, 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 bum. Sat. You know how we do. Start the clock. We open this show with Orange Cassidy's latest title defense of the International Championship, this time beating Aaron Solo in what I'm sure was the most suspenseful of all his title defenses. Harley sang and tried to interfere, but was caught red-handed as Orange hit the orange punch on Solo for the win. QT Marshall spoke to Jim, I almost called him Jim Cornette, he is not on AEW, Jim Ross about winning the AAA Latin American Championship, and then brought Gravity back down to earth by beating him with a pop-up cutter and a suplex throw powerbomb. I'll be honest, I never knew what QT's finisher was before this moment. Luchasaurus beat enhancement talent Ren Jones in a squash match, and I definitely remember that name. One sec. He was on SmackDown earlier this year. LA Knight beat him in January. WWE star to AEW confirmed. Then we had our main event as Toni Storm and Saraya beat Hikaru Shida and Britt Baker. Shida, who I spoke to yesterday, humble brag, was sprayed in the eyes by the green paint, allowing Saraya to hit the nightcap on Britt for the win. Solid show, don't want Saraya to win tomorrow.
1 out of 8. You're still the best! The best!
The best! The best! The best! The best! Now before we get on to our SmackDown review, make sure you sign up for the new season of WrestleLeague over at WrestleTalk.com to compete against everyone in the office in pay-per-view prediction warfare. The new season starts with All In tomorrow, so make sure you sign up today. This is a very difficult SmackDown, baby. It's time to review this show in about 5 minutes. Now I'll be honest, I don't really know how to review this show. I'm not gonna dock points from a tribute show for not progressing a lot of narratives or whatever. This was a more traditional tribute show without any sit-down interviews, rather plenty of long matches with babyfaces getting time to do promos and win the big matches. And really, when a whole company is in mourning, that's a 5 out of 5 show to me. So I'll do my best, but forgive me if this review isn't my most in-depth analysis. The show opened with an address from Michael Cole and a 10-bell salute for both Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk. The whole roster was on the stage for this, including stars who wouldn't typically be around, like Braun Strowman, who's out recovering with injury. The whole roster was on the stage for this, including stars who wouldn't typically be around, like Braun Strowman, who is out recovering from injury, and Eric Rowan, who hasn't been signed with WWE in quite some time. Obviously, both of these men were closely tied to Bray Wyatt, and it was when I saw Rowan that I realized how hard this review was going to be to write. After an incredible video package for Bray, the lights went out with a single spotlight on his rocking chair as the whole crowd sang he's got the whole world in his hands. Throughout the show, they aired clips of Wyatt's best moments, including moments from the Firefly Funhouse and winning the WWE Championship. The opening match was one between Rey Mysterio and Grayson Waller, a feel-good opener. Rey had the upper hand for a good amount of this match before Austin Theory's music hit as he came down for the distraction. It wasn't for long as Santos Escobar quickly came out to ward off the interference, attacking Theory from behind. Theory recovered and hit a chop block to Escobar's injured knee, but Rey wiped him out with a sliding dropkick and hit the 619 and the splash for the win. Like I said, this is a feel-good opener where the two douchebag heels were thwarted by the good guys. Thumbs up. And before I move on, a personal shout out to the best sister Abigail I ever saw Bray hit on Rey Mysterio from Raw in early 2014. Check it out today if you get the chance. Io Sky defended the WWE Women's Championship against Zelina Vega next. I like that they played up that Zelina got this title shot because she'd beaten Io earlier this year. Makes wins and losses matter a little bit more, and also this is how they often book in New Japan, which means it's automatically good. Before the match, Kayla asked Damage Control about the match, and Bayley hyped up Io as a generational talent, and then she went out there and won. Good stuff, really. There's still no sign of Shotzi, so maybe this angle with Bayley has been dropped, but I won't use this show as a signifier of anything like that. Cody Rhodes came out for a tribute promo for Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt, but really this was the Terry Funk portion of the show. He told the story of the rivalry that Funk and Dusty had back in the day, and that over the years, those who have stepped into the ring have been called different names, but Funk and Wyatt were two that earned the right to be called cowboys. The Terry Funk video package was played, and again, another classic from WWE's production team. Cody did a phenomenal job here, and it's interesting to see that he is indeed the top babyface that WWE calls on in times like this. He introduced the next match as a Terry Funk hardcore tag match as the Street Profits took on the Brawling Brutes. Personally, I wouldn't exactly call this match hardcore, considering the most violent things got was a table being used for the finish, but again, it's a PG-era tribute show. I'm not too concerned. Ridge Holland gave a Street Profit an airplane spin with his legs hitting the other one in the face as a tribute spot to Terry Funk, but the crowd didn't really pop for it. Bobby Lashley came out to support the Profits, but then Butch bumped into him when he pulled out of the table, and then Bobby ate him whole. The Street Profits hit their spinebuster neckbreaker combo, which they're calling the Revelation, through the table for the win. And then LA Knight came out for the main event, but cut a promo first, which was half a promo on The Miz and half a tribute to Bray Wyatt. He said The Miz calls him a flash in the pan, but Miz was a never was. Said his stunt double was better than him. Said no one cared when he was the WWE champion and the third wheel in his own WrestleMania main event. Man, this guy is spittin'. He said he'll give Miz the same advice a wise man once gave him. Run. We then got our main event of LA Knight versus Finn Balor, a fine main event that again was made to be a feel-good match, and if there's anything these days that will make fans feel good, it is an LA Knight win. Yeah! The two went back and forth until Knight leapt to the top rope and hit a superplex and followed that up with the BFT for the win before the show was capped off with a shot of Bray's lantern in the ring to close SmackDown. I'm not going to give the show an arbitrary rating today. Doesn't seem like the time for it. Just make sure you hug your loved ones, watch your favorite Bray Wyatt match or promo, check out some Terry Funk that maybe you haven't seen before, and stay beautiful, y'all. Enjoy All In.
Good day.
Oh, yeah, good day,
back
mate.
out.
Yeah, welcome in.
Welcome in, Buckaroo. Bonza.
It's time for the 1, 2, 3 count. The show where we predict every WWE superstar's Payback 2023. And what do you got right there?